Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I'm doing a lot of bike riding lately and enjoying it. I still will be flying drones, but that's not the only thing I do on this channel, so I hope you enjoy bike rides every once in a while. This is my e-bike, and I'll have a story for you as we go along. But there's a road up here that I really like to ride on. It's a dirt road, and I guess you could call it my favorite. And so the other day it looked like it had a lot of mud left in it from the monsoon rains, and I'm sure it's got a lot of new ruts and everything. But this is it right here. So I'm going to ride on this road, and then we're gonna try riding on the road that I can no longer use because they're using construction. But this is Saturday morning and they're not working. So anyway, let me tell you another story about my life. I'm 80 and I've been telling different stories that have happened to me over the years. And in the last video that I told a story, I had gotten a job at a computer school teaching computers, and that's where I got the name Mr. Kent and MrKent.com and all that. That's explained in my last video. But it was fun experience. I ended up working there for 5 years, and the only thing that was discouraging about it is I had been a teacher before in public school, and you make one set of lesson plans. I taught electronics and other shop subjects, and you make lesson plans, and then they're good for the rest of your life because nothing changes much. But when I went to work for the computer school, I made my lesson plans that first year and got them all ready. And by the time the next year came, Microsoft had come up with new software, and the computer industry had improved, and so there was new computers and new software, and so my old lesson plans were pretty much useless. So, and also then I had, in a normal class, I had 16 students. And so when I would grade an assignment, I would do it in the evening after I got home. And, you grade 16 papers, and then you get ready for the next day with a new lesson plan. And so, as it turned out, it was a very interesting job, and my boss liked me, and he even put me, they had 3 campuses there. In Spokane, and my boss put me in charge of one of the campuses, and so I did okay. The only thing is he didn't pay me extra for that. So after a couple of years of that, I said, I'll let somebody else be in charge, because there was a lot more extra work involved. So here I'm coming down to this. This is where I turn onto the road where I dislocated my arm a couple of years ago now. And so we'll stop and take a look at the rut that's there now. But anyway, so I worked there 5 years, and there were some things that came along. Oh, by the way, I'm going to pull over here and take a look at this canal. You notice that it's dry, and if you've ever followed me on my channel, I've driven down here before, and that was right up to the brim. So there's no more water in that, and I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's because those farm fields straight ahead of us have all been converted into housing. And here's the rut. Here's the rut that I crashed on. Although it's changed a lot since then. So because of the monsoon, we had so much rain that it's a great big rut now instead of a little narrow one. So anyway, I worked there for 5 years, and then I had a supervisor who just didn't like me, and so I can understand that. So then I decided, okay, I'll see if I can find me another job. And as it turned out, Microsoft was hiring people to do tech support online, and so you had to pass their test. And in other words, you had to know about computers and stuff. And so I studied up everything I thought maybe they'd need me to know. And I took their test, and I passed it, believe it or not. And so, and so I. Oh, by the way, this is the road that my grandson and I used to take home, and I decided I'm just going to try to go on it. They've plowed it up, and as you notice back there, they had it all set so that people couldn't drive their car over there and go down here. So really, I'm not welcome here, but I'm going to go ahead and and see what it's like. Well, so this will be probably the last time I use that road, because even though it's Saturday and they're not working, it's still not a very comfortable road to ride on. So anyway, I applied for the job with Microsoft, and they hired me, and then they put you in this booth, and you can see I'm not having much fun on this road. They put you in this booth, and you're there all day, and if you stand up and look around in a room full of 1,000 people, you can see if anybody else is standing up and looking around. And so, that was, but the thing is people would call in for help, and they would ask if they could have Kent again, because, and my boss kept telling me I was doing a great job of helping people solve their problems. But they put you, when you call those places, they put you in a queue, and so you're, you come up with whatever's next in line. And here is where I made my decision that I'm not going to ride on this road again, because I didn't really want to ride across all those great big stones, and it would be hard to balance the bike. And so I decided I'll go around on this muddy edge here, although it's dried up. So I went ahead and just pushed my bike and went on walking, because I didn't want to. At my age, you don't want to fall over and tip over sideways and things like that on your bike. I learned a couple of years ago that dislocated my arm, so I'm being extra careful so that I don't cause my family a lot of grief having to take me to the doctor and things like that. Anyway, so anyway, I worked for Microsoft there for a while, and in my next story, I'll tell you how that went. But looks like I'm running out of time now as I got to get back on my bike and ride home. And my decision is made. I'm not going to ride on that road anymore. And there's another road that crosses that field. Maybe in my next bike riding video, I'll check that out. But as I come home here, and I want to say thank you for watching my video, and God bless.